In a quaint little town, there was a toy store called Buttons and Bows. The store was filled with all kinds of wonderful toys, dolls, cars, puzzles, and stuffed animals. But among them, there was a special teddy bear called Benny. Benny was soft and cuddly, with brown fur, a red bow tie, and button eyes that twinkled with curiosity. He had been sitting on the store shelf for a long time, waiting for someone to take him home. Every night, after the store closed, Benny would look out the window and wonder what it would be like to go on an adventure. One evening, as the store's lights dimmed and the owner locked the door, something magical happened. Benny's button eyes blinked and he stretched his little arms. Tonight was the night he would finally have an adventure of his own. As soon as the store was quiet, Benny hopped down from his shelf. The other toys watched in surprise as Benny stood up and looked around. Benny was determined. He waddled to the door, but it was locked tight. Just as he was about to give up, a soft glow appeared in the corner of the room. It was a small magical key. The key floated over to Benny and jingled softly as if inviting him to take it. Benny grabbed the key, and to his surprise, it fit perfectly into the door's lock. With a gentle click, the door sprung open, revealing the dark, quiet street outside. The town looked so different in the dark, with shadows dancing on the cobblestone streets and the moon shining brightly above. Benny took a deep breath and began his adventure. He waddled down the street, passing shops and houses. Everything seemed so big and mysterious at night. It was a large open space with a beautiful fountain in the center, surrounded by benches and tall trees. The water in the fountain sparkled under the moonlight, and Benny was captivated by its beauty. As Benny explored the square, he noticed something even more incredible, a magical carousel. It was decorated with golden lights, and its horses seemed to glow with soft, warm light. The carousel wasn't moving, but Benny could feel the magic in the air. Curious, Benny climbed onto one of the horses. As soon as he settled into the saddle, the carousel began to turn slowly, the music starting up with a gentle melody. Benny laughed in delight as the horse he was on began to move up and down. Around and around he went, the town square spinning by in a blur of lights and colors. Benny felt like he was flying, the wind rushing through his fur. But as the carousel slowed down, Benny realized something. The sun was beginning to rise. The sky was turning pink and orange, and soon the town would wake up. Benny quickly climbed down from the carousel and hurried back through the town. The streets were still empty, but the morning light was growing brighter by the minute. He ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, his heart pounding. He passed the houses and shops, retracing his steps to Buttons and Bows. The toy store was just ahead, but the door was starting to close. Benny made a final sprint and jumped through the door just in time. The door clicked shut behind him, and Benny sighed in relief. He had made it. Inside the store, everything was just as it had been before. The toys were still in their places, and the soft glow of the key had disappeared. Benny climbed back onto his shelf and sat down. As he settled back into his spot, the store's light flickered on, and the sound of the owner unlocking the door filled the room. Benny quickly closed his eyes and went still, just like all the other toys. The store owner walked in, humming a tune as he prepared to open for the day. As the morning sun streamed through the windows, a little girl of the day entered the store with her father. A little girl with a bright smile walked up to Benny's shelf, her eyes lighting up when she saw him. "This one," she said, picking up Benny and hugging him close. "He's perfect." And as Benny was carried out of the store, he knew that his adventure wasn't over, it was just beginning.